Welcome back, folks. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing pretty good myself, and we're going to do this one today, BMW M4 GT3 Mini GT, and this was the Flagship store exclusive. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, but Dongwon. Very cool. So yeah, if you don't know, Mini GT opened up a flagship store, and I believe it is a retail location where people can buy models. And then it also is kind of like a display, kind of like a Mini GT TSM museum type of thing. It's really cool. It actually, the photos and everything that we saw from the opening weekend, it actually looked really cool. And so yeah, they sold this one as an exclusive, which I thought was kind of unfortunate because this is a really cool car. And this is the first car that Mini GT is doing with their Fist collaboration. They announced a while back earlier this year that they were doing collaboration with Fist, which is a China racing team, and they've been running BMWs. So yeah, anyways, this one was actually pretty affordable. I picked it up on AliExpress, and I paid about $60 for it. I think it was $58 and some change, and that was with tax and shipping included. AliExpress was doing some good deals for like Black Friday. They had a bunch of coupons, and I think they still do. And I was just kind of browsing. I really wasn't planning on buying it, but actually no, I think I was planning on buying it. I think there was a seller in the US that had one for $100, and I was thinking about buying it, and then I was like, well, you know what, before I do that, let me get on AliExpress and see if there's any on there for cheaper. And lo and behold, there was quite a few that were around the $60 price point. So this one came in two different boxes. It came in this white and blue one, which you see here. This was the one that they sold at the store. And then they also come in a yellow and white box, and that is the one that they sold in the vending machine, and I forget what event it was. But yeah, there was an event in China, a Diecast event, and Mini GT was there, and they had a big vending machine, and they had these in it in yellow boxes. So to me, the color of the box didn't really matter. I just went with this one because I think it's cool that it has the Flagship store on it. And I felt like white and blue fit the theme of the car a little bit better. But anyways, CLDC on the side right there. If you guys don't know, Carlover Diecast is the major distributor for pretty much all diecast in China. So anything you buy that's a China exclusive is usually going to have this sticker on it. Or sometimes it'll have like a different logo on it too. But here's all the info on the back. BMW licensing, of course. And then there's all the information right there. I don't know how many of these they made, but I think it was quite a lot of them since they did basically two major releases for it. The opening weekend at the Flagship store and then also the vending machine. There's got to be at least a few thousand, I would think. But anyways, this is Mini GT number 1108. I think this is the highest number Mini GT we have so far, but I could be wrong on that. And then in the background, you'll see I have a plethora of M4 GT3s from Mini GT. There is only one that is not in this display case. It is the presentation version, and there wasn't enough room in the display case, so that one was kind of the most boring, so it just ended up not going in. But yeah, these have soared in value over the past couple years since they started releasing. I don't know why. I didn't realize the M4 GT3 was that popular, but some of these are expensive now. So yeah, and I bought all of these at retail price, except for this one. This was an exclusive for a promotional event. I don't remember where. This thing came out a long time ago, but this is an OEM that Mini GT did in the IQ livery. But other than that, all these bought at retail price, and yeah, I don't know. I guess there's a lot of M4 fans out there. But anyways, let's jump into this one. So, Fist, China GT, 2025, very cool. I love the livery on it, and they actually, I was very happy to see that this thing actually got tire printing, because in some of the... there was a show, I think, that they showed this off a while back earlier this year where it didn't have tire printing. And I was looking at it, I'm like, that's really disappointing. This is a really cool cat livery, and I don't know why it doesn't, but they did. So final product has tire printing, Pirelli P0, very cool. And then these are the same wheels that they've been using on these M4s since the beginning. There's not really any reason to change them. They're good enough. Nothing too special about them, but they're fine. just in like a matte black on this one. But yeah, the livery is really cool. So it's white, and then it has this dark blue kind of running through it in this interesting like throwing star type pattern. It is really neat. I like how it fades out in the back and then fades up into the front. Really cool. And then it also kind of goes into a lighter blue up on the hood as well. And another thing I really loved about this one was the pink accents on it. So you can see up here at the front around the kidney grills, it's got pink. Across the front splitter is pink. And then it's got a little bit of pink in this little cross part of the main livery. So really cool. I liked the pink details on it. And the headlights actually look really good too. This is the first time I've seen them do that on the M3 headlights. In fact, I think the most recent M4 GT3 that we got was this Super GT one. It was either this Super GT one or this Macintosh one. It was one of these two, and they didn't put those. I'm gonna assume those are the daytime running lights, but they have not done that detail on this casting yet. So it is very nice to see these lines down here kind of go up and around. And there is still some bulb detail behind the glass. It's a little bit harder to see through it because it is yellow. But yeah, it doesn't really look too hazy or anything. It doesn't look foggy, but yeah, that detail on the headlights looks awesome. And then all kinds of nice little sponsors up here. These fog lights down here are covered. At least I think they're fog lights. They might be high beams. No, the high beams would be in the actual housing. You can see on this one, it's got the housing underneath the actual headlights. They're covered up on this one. Sometimes they do that on these race cars. It just depends on like what races, what regions, what the regulations are, I guess. So they've got the little plates covering it on this one. And then Mini GT logos underneath that because they are partners with Fist. So super cool to see Mini GT logos on yet another race car. And then Pirelli, the Fist logo up here, of course, the number box, which does look to be a decal, but it is pressed down in this vent nicely, not like some of those Super GT cars. Actually, is that a decal? I think it's a decal, but it's actually applied really nicely. No, I don't think that is a decal. It doesn't look like it. I don't see any like rough edges around it. Like I don't see a distinguished edge around it. That actually might be a print. It's so hard to tell. If there's no bubbles or anything if it is a decal, so that's very well done. China GT on the windshield banner with the number. It just looks really cool. I love the pink on the front. But yeah, here's the side. Here's this other side. Again, number box, GT3, Mega Life battery, all kinds of cool sponsorships, Buddy Club. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but Beyond Energy, I think, is what this main livery is. So that is really cool. Yeah, just a neat livery. And then this panel right here, I don't know if this is supposed to be like carbon fiber, if that's just part of the design of it. I think it's supposed to be carbon because I kind of see it running down along the bottom of the window and then up here where the wing mirror mounts and then kind of up and around. Yeah, it kind of goes all the way around the window. So I'm assuming that's supposed to be carbon fiber, but I've never seen Mini GT do carbon fiber and just straight horizontal lines like that. So it's kind of interesting, but it looks pretty nice. Definitely no complaints with it. So yeah, names of the drivers up here. And then again, Beyond Energy on the top. Very cool. Some more sponsorships right there above the rear wheel. And then here is the back view. Looks pretty good to me. BMW badge, Fist, GT3, Buddy Club, Pirelli, Mini GT. Taillights look really good with the red and the white acrylic. Actually looks like there might be a little bit of silver painted behind that housing, which is quite nice. It adds to the clean look of that like white portion of it. And then the wing, Buddy Club on it, which is, I believe, probably a decal. It's a little bit hard to tell, but it looks good. And then the sides right there have that little AAI in dark blue. Yeah, very cool. Here's the bottom, just says licensed by BMW. Probably the same base we've seen on all of these, I'd imagine. I don't think they've changed this casting at all, because this is just the M4 GT3. This is not the Evo. I think the Evo is coming, and hopefully they all have tire printing on them, but yeah, same casting, and it was a good casting. Ever since it came out, it's been a good casting, and they've improved it, because a lot of the first ones that they released, like this one, this is actually one of the more expensive ones. This one and This one right here, this Liqui Moly one, they didn't have tire printing, and then later on they started doing tire printing. So Michelin on all these IMSA ones. Then this one, oh, this one didn't have tire printing either. This was a DTM car. I wish that one did. So, and then yeah, Super GT as well. The first Super GT release right here did not have tire printing, and then they added it on with this most recent release. So definitely like that they are kind of improving and doing tire printing. I think all the race cars they do should have tire printing. If the real car has tire printing, I don't think there's any reason for them not to do it now. I know I rant about tire printing all the time, but it's just true. They should just have it. So glad to see the Pirelli logos on these tires. Yeah, very nice casting. Is it worth the money? I think so. I think if you really like the M4 GT3s and you've been collecting them all, I definitely don't see why you couldn't spend like $60 on this one. And I know for a lot of people it's just too much, but it is very nice. Like I don't see anything inherently wrong with it. The quality looks pretty good. They have done the improvements to the headlights. So I definitely think this was a good one. Maybe not for $100, but for like that $50 to $60 price, if you can find it for that, like on AliExpress or something, I definitely think it's worth it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Really do like this one. In fact, this is probably going to go a bit higher on my list as far as the M4 GT3s go. I really like this livery. I think it's really cool. But I still think this Macintosh one was my favorite. This one was really nice. Love the livery on this one with all the music notes and whatnot. The blue and the gray, it just looks so good. But anyways, I will try to find a photo of this one. No promises. These China GT cars are not very easy to find photos of, I've noticed, because I think I was looking for a real photo of this when we first saw this on display from Mini GT when it didn't have the tire printing on it. I was trying to find a picture of the real car to figure out what tire printing they should have put on it. And I remember not really being able to find a picture of it. Now, granted, that was way earlier this year, and this is a 2025 car. So maybe there just wasn't a lot yet. So maybe there's more now. But yeah, if I can, I'll put a picture up and we can look at it. So yeah, but anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know some of you guys were looking forward to this one, so figured we'd get it done. I also was very excited to open it anyways, so it was a win-win. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.